Hey everyone, it's Bud, and I'm back with another stuff. I hope you guys are doing really dang freaking good on this beautiful Sunday morning, December 11th, and it's roughly 9:30 a.m. Central Time, and I hope you guys are doing well. I'm coming to you guys with a video response to the homie Cavell Anderson. Um, it's really I'm not trying to be critical of anybody because, quite frankly, I think Cavell could have a pretty strong argument here, but there's a couple flaws in his argument that he would want to really kind of work out to try to make it stronger, I think. So I'm going to critique it and talk about what I think and all that. And get ready for football, guys. That's really it. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Seriously, I hope every single person out there is doing really dang good, okay? So we've got a video here, and we've got Cavell talking. It says Veve is at risk because of broken laws. Confirmed. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's just break this down. And my argument of why the argument isn't great. Okay, why the argument isn't great. Okay. Do I think that there's a case that Veve broke laws? I don't think so, really. I'll explain why here in this video. Let's start off with what we're talking about here. So, Discord mods are receiving NFT items for doing Discord stuff. And yeah, um, people are kind of like, what the heck? So, that's really it. So, let's talk about this. So, basically, people are just getting airdrop free stuff just for doing stuff on there, and there's a question of, is this potentially a crime if these people aren't disclosing this? And it's really hard to really make a case against Veve as much as it is to it's easier to make a case against the creators, I guess, or influencers, whatever you want to call them. So let's talk about a couple things. The first thing I want to talk about is this. These people are moderators on the Discord. And so, like, I would say the first thing I would say right off the bat is a Discord is not like a public platform. Like, I don't think the disclosure rules are exactly the same for Discord, first of all. And so, I think part of like Cavell's argument would be these people aren't just on Discord, maybe. I think that's it. I think that's the crux of it, is that they're making tweets. But here's the thing, though, if it was understood that people might be getting compensated or will be getting compensated for like Discord stuff, right? Like, then like if they go on Discord and do it, that's like what they're trying to do. Like, I don't think the tweets really play a factor if we consider that, like, if Veve was saying like, hey, if people are Discord mods, then we will compensate them, right? And then like somebody just does that, if they tweet, doesn't really matter because that doesn't it's not really part of like what the like agreement is, really. So I think this part of the argument could be patched up a little bit here, um, because like in reality, like a private Discord server isn't the same thing as like YouTube, for instance, in reality. um, so it's a little bit different, in that regard, and we have to kind of talk about that difference. And we also have to consider, like, okay, like, let's say Veve from the jump was like, hey, if you want to be a Discord moderator and let's say you do a good job, we will compensate you with collectibles in the future, right? Like, are you saying that like this person can't tweet about Veve? Like, is that the argument that like if that's like the agreement they're in, that suddenly this person now can't tweet about Veve unless they disclose it in every single tweet? Like, eh, I don't know. It's kind of a gray area again. It's kind of a gray area. You know, so I think that there's some kind of like gray area there that needs to be talked about, because like I don't like when there is so many question marks, it's hard to really say for sure that laws were broken. So like that needs to be kind of worked out. You know, there's been a lot of talk about like the definition of influencer. People are broadening the definition of influencer to really include anybody that ever tweets about something, um, which isn't really a good argument because then everybody is an influencer, and if everybody's an influencer, then nobody's an influencer. And so it's not the best argument to say that. It's like the term influencer, like, I think people are kind of like, I don't know, like, I don't know. The term influencer is a really bad word because its definition isn't really that great, in my opinion. In the English language, I would say it's not really a great word because, like, in my opinion, I think we're talking about like influence compared to the standard person almost. So it's I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard gray area, in my opinion. So I don't really know, guys. I like I said, I mean, this like Cavell's the homie, so it doesn't really matter. I just want, I think that there is like you could make this argument even stronger though. I think you really could. I really do. Um, you know, there's a lot of talk about I mean, his video is really heavily focused on disclosures and like who should have to disclose it and all that. So you know, So for a normal person, I don't think that this question even really applies. It only applies in situations where somebody is getting money, right? So, okay, let's talk about it. Are they doing anything wrong by like so here's the other part of my argument. I forgot this very important part. If it has been understood from the start that Discord moderators were going to get compensated, and then if on top of that the Discord mods in Discord are obvious and you can tell who the moderators are, do you really need a disclosure in the Discord itself? Right? Because if it's been understood that from the jump, Veve says, hey, we're going to be, there is a chance, and we may, I mean, even if they say may here, we may give collectibles to moderators, right? And then moderators show up and start doing moderator things. Do they need to disclose if it's been understood since the jump that those are the two things, right? And we're talking about in the Discord, right? So let's answer that question first because then there is another question after that, which becomes what about if they make posts on other platforms? Let's just say that generally. It could be Facebook, it could be MySpace, who gives a crap? Then it goes to that question, right? And quite frankly, I mean, those posts, if somebody posts about Veve, it's not really part of that bargain. It's on a completely different platform. They could be tweeting as a fan, right? And if that were the case, you have a very hard case to make that there's been crime. So I would say that is another area where the argument needs to be perfected because you've got a hole right there, if you ask me. Like, like if it's been understood since the jump that people would be getting compensated, right? And then the mods are obvious, you're in a really gray area. You've got a really gray area there, if you ask me. So I think that when there's a lot of gray area, usually a law hasn't been broken because like that's just too much gray area. And if there's too much gray area, there's arguments all over the place. And so my argument at the end of the video here is just simply that I don't think that there's any confirmation that laws have been broken because of how much gray area there is here. Okay? That would be my argument. I hope everybody has a great day. Shout out Cavell, my homie. Appreciate you, bro. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.